Hello everyone. In this video, I'm going to tell you about 20 best open source React developer tools and libraries which you can use, which are very much trending, and you can use them while developing applications in React and React Native. So let's get started. So, as you can see on the screen, here is the list of 20 developer tools, React developer tools, which you can use. So, I will go through all of them one by one, and I will also tell you about the hyperlinks or about the URLs from where you can use them and apply them in your React based web application. So, the first one is Create React App. So Create React App, it's an environment for learning React, and it is the best way, I will say, to start building a new single page applications in React. The second one is Storybook. So it is, you can say, user interface development environment and playground for React UI components. The third one is Jest. Jest, maybe you must be knowing it. This is a very good open source tool for testing React applications. Next one is React Navigation. So React Navigation, I will say, has gained much popularity amongst the React Native developers for mobile development because it's let them establish the routers and navigation in their native applications with the help of navigators, which includes tab, drawer, and stack. The other one is React IDE. This is again the first, you can say, dedicated IDE, integrated development environment for React web application development. Next is React XP, the sixth one. So React XP, this is a library for building cross-platform applications in React. So what it do is it exposes APIs, components, props, style, and animation parameters that are implemented in a consistent way across ReactJS and React Native applications for iOS and Android. So you must use React XP for building cross-platform apps. Next is React Style Guide Test. So Style Guide Test, I will say, it's a component development environment with hot reloaded development server and a style guide that can be shared within your team. Next is Redux. So it's a very well-known and very famous open source JavaScript library nowadays. It is mainly used with React for state management because it introduces a concept of single store as compared to you can say its predecessor Flux, which can have multiple stores, but Redux can have only a single store. Next is React Developer Tools. So React Developer Tool, it's just I will say Chrome extensions which I've included over here. It's a Chrome extension or plugin which allows you to inspect the React component hierarchies in the Chrome Developer Tools. So these are the first 10 which I have told you about the React Developer Tools. So now let's go through their links, their hyperlinks from where you can access them. Okay, so I'll start from here. So this is the Create React App URL, github.com/facebook/create React App. So from this URL you can get all the details about Create React App. The you can say it's an environment for learning React, and I will say the best way to start with React. The second one we talked about the Storybook. So this is the URL for Storybook. Next we talked about Jest for testing the React application. From this URL you can very well learn about Jest. The next is React Navigation. We talked about React Navigation. Then React IDE. As I told you, this is an IDE, first dedicated IDE, I will say, for React web application development, reactide.io. Next is React XP. We talked about React XP, that it is a library for building cross-platform apps. So you can use React XP. Next is React Style Guidance. So this is a GitHub project which you can use for your component development. Next is, yes, Redux. We talked about the Redux, so which is an open source JavaScript library mainly used for basically state management. Then we talked about React Developer Tool. So this React Developer Tool, this is a Chrome extension or plugin. Next is we'll talk about React 360. So again, back to my slide. So I talk about now React 360. What is React 360? It's a framework. React 360 is a framework for the creation of 3D and you can say virtual reality user interfaces, VR user interfaces. Yes. So this is built on top of React. This framework is built on top of React. You can say it's a library which is designed to simplify the creation of complex UIs in React. Next is you can see on the screen is React Cosmos. Now, what is React Cosmos? Again, it's a development environment for building, you can say, reusable, high quality user interfaces. Next is React Site. Why I have included this React Site? It's a Chrome developer extension or a plugin which displays your component hierarchy in a tree-like structure. So if you have many components and you want to know about the relationship between those components, so this is the best plugin for Google Chrome browser, which displays the component hierarchy of the React application. Next is Razel. So you can say Razel is an alternative server-side rendering framework for React. This is basically used for rendering server-side components. Next is Bit, Bit. So Bit, I will say it's a scalable, collaborative way to build and reuse your components, React components. It provides the most powerful tool and experience to develop, build, test, and versioning control your independent and reusable components. So using Bit, you can all do that. React Proto. Next is React Proto. As you can see on the screen, this helps in React prototyping, just a React prototyping for the designers and the developers. Next is React Boilerplate. Now, what is React Boilerplate? It allows you to quickly create. This boilerplate allows you to create components, containers, routers, selectors, and you can test them right from the CLI. So React Boilerplate again is very helpful. Next is Racket. Now, what is Racket? It's a toolkit. I will say Racket. It's a toolkit for building scalable web applications with React, Redux, and React routers. You can say, I will say that it's an all-in-one solution for creating modern React applications. Next is Evergreen. Evergreen is a React UI framework for building the web applications. Next is Belay. Belay provides you with a lot of React components, like reusable components, like you can use toggle. They have toggle, combo box, rating component, buttons, text boxes, etc. And all of these components are optimized to work both on mobile and web applications, so they are very much responsive in nature. Last but not the least is the Gatsby. Gatsby.js, it's a JavaScript library. It's a free and open source framework which is based on Gatsby is based on React, that helps developers to build very optimized, or you can say fast, web applications and websites. So let's check it out, all the links for starting from React 360. Okay, so we talked about React 360, React Cosmos, and so on. So let's check it out the hyperlinks as well. So this is the React 360 application or hyperlink which you can use for the creation of 3D and VR user interfaces. Next, we'll talk about React Cosmos. We already talked at React Cosmos. It's a development environment for building high quality user interfaces. Next is React Site. As you can see, this is a Chrome extension. This is a Chrome plugin. You can say extension for displaying the component hierarchy of React application. So it displays the component hierarchy in a tree-like structure. Next is Razel. So this is an alternative SSR framework. Now, what is SSR framework? It's a server-side rendering framework. You can see here SSR framework for React. Next is Bit. So I told you Bit, it's a scalable and collaborative way to build, reuse your components. It helps in testing, building, and versioning control of your React application. Next is React Proto. It helps in React prototyping for designers and developers. So you can go through their website It's a very helpful website, especially for the designers. Next is React Boilerplate. It allows you to quickly create components, containers, routers, and so on. Next is Racket. We talked about Racket. It's an all-in-one solution, you can say, for creating modern React applications. Next is Evergreen. Evergreen is a React UI framework for building web application. Belly, we talked about Belly. It provides a set of React components. It provides you components like toggle, combo box, rating, and so on. So you can go through their websites as well. And last but not the least, it's the Gatsby. Gatsby.js. It's a free and open source framework which is based on the React, which is very helpful for the developers to build very fast websites and apps. So these are the 20 most useful developer tools and open source tools and libraries for React and React Native developers. So thank you very much for watching this video. You can find the links of all these websites, of all these tools and libraries in the description of this video. I will say that like and subscribe to my YouTube channel. Thanks again.